I'm Mark Mullins in Austin. Austin police say they now know the identity of a woman killed in South Austin Wednesday. She's been identified as 40-year-old Francesca Ortiz. She was found dead in a grassy area behind the Waters at Bluff Springs apartments. Homicide detectives determined that Ortiz was at the complex around midnight the night before, attempting to visit someone. Anyone with information about this case should call Austin police at the number that you see on the screen. Self-driving cars from Waymo, a common sight in Austin, are under recall again. According to federal regulators, the vehicles could enter closed freeway construction zones by mistake. The company is working on a software fix. In the meantime, Waymo is restricting freeway driving for its vehicles. A spokesperson for Waymo tells us they voluntarily restricted freeway operations last month while making improvements and proactively notified regulators. A man with a lengthy criminal record is back in jail after police say he broke into 3 West Campus apartments in the span of just 3 hours last week. In one of those cases, police say a woman was attacked in her bed. The break-ins happened in West Campus near UT. KVUE's Jose Alonso has more about the suspect and the steps to keep people safe.
Safety within the West Campus neighborhood of Austin is coming into focus. According to an arrest affidavit, a 30-year-old man began a string of crimes along West 23rd Street, right next to the University of Texas at Austin's main campus.
I live like a block from here at the Standard. It is a little scary sometimes.
Austin police say just before 4:30 a.m. on June 10th, a man entered an apartment building through a cracked window and began lewd acts in front of 2 people who lived there. The man was chased out, but less than an hour later, APD says he entered another apartment along Pearl Street. The victim told officials she woke up and saw a man with his pants down before chasing him out. UT Austin student Katie Van Houten says these crimes are unsettling.
The fact that anyone can just break into the houses or the apartments down here is really scary. I've had a bunch of friends who have homeless people follow them up to their apartments and stuff.
Just 2 hours after the second offense, the affidavit says the man entered a third apartment on West 21st Street. A victim said the suspect pulled down his pants, climbed on top of her, and restricted her breathing. The victim was able to escape and hit the man with a fan before he fled again. That same day, Austin police arrested suspect Octavius Brown. According to the arrest affidavit, police say Brown said he was recently released from jail in April and later admitted to the break-ins.
What is infuriating about this situation is he is a known repeat offender. He has crimes against him, especially of the sexual nature, that are predatory.
Joelle McNew, the president of Safe Horns, an organization focused on public safety around UT's campus, says college students need to be vigilant.
I saw this individual in West Campus myself. Actions of lewd activity and behavior, it's very common. It's disturbing. They come into our neighborhood because of our students. And we all have to do our part to report this.
Although these crimes took place outside of UT Austin's main campus, students like Van Houten are doing what they can to make it home safely.
I know that UT also does free Lyft rides after midnight from on campus to off campus. I've done that a couple times from the library for those late night study sessions.
And that was Jose Alonso reporting. Brown remains in the Travis County Jail on charges of burglary of a habitation with intent to commit a sex offense. An Austin Water employee is recovering after falling into a manhole near the Austin airport. Austin Travis County EMS says the incident happened Wednesday morning during routine maintenance on a wastewater line near Highway 71 and Golf Course Road. It took about 40 minutes for rescuers to pull the worker out of the manhole. The employee was then rushed to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. 7 Austin Energy employees improperly used city vehicles to commute from home to work for about a year, according to a newly released auditor's report. The report found they logged more than 56,000 miles, costing taxpayers more than $37,000 in gas and operational expenses. The misuse happened between July 2023 and July of 2024 among field workers at the St. Elmo Service Center. All 7 workers remain employed while Austin Energy decides on the next steps under city policy. The utility has since banned all take-home vehicles until compliance rules are tightened. This comes after a similar investigation last year involving different Austin Energy staff. A key deadline is approaching for short-term rental owners in Austin. Starting on July 1st, city officials will ask booking platforms to remove listings that aren't properly licensed. KVUE's Brianna Perez spoke with both the city and a local short-term rental owner about what's at stake.
Urban cowboy is kind of the theme that we went for in this one.
Whether it's an urban cowboy retreat or a pool to beat the Texas heat, Austin's short-term rental owners are in the business of creating memorable stays.
People that are renting out ADUs or a converted garage or a back house or something, again, they need that money to be able to afford to live in the city.
Now the city is rolling out new regulations aimed at keeping closer tabs on those properties. It will require rentals to be licensed with the city or risk being delisted from online platforms.
Licenses have been required for short-term rentals since 2012. Historically, it has been a challenge getting a high level of compliance with our licensing requirement, and we believe the new regulations that are coming into effect will help us achieve that higher level of compliance.
Officials say the changes will give the city more tools to crack down on violations. Operators pay more than $800 for a new license and nearly $400 to renew it every 2 years.
So we believe improving the compliance with our licensing requirement will also in turn improve the experience that neighbors have with these uses.
This is the latest step in a series of changes to short-term rental rules made over the last year by Austin City Council. For short-term rental owner Blake Anthony Carter, who founded Cribs Consulting, the added guidelines are welcome, but he says the costs can be steep for some.
Ultimately, it's the fact that it's a little bit difficult to get a permit and it's really expensive, and that expense is not refundable if for some reason you're not approved.
While city officials say it's rare not to be approved, Carter believes the tighter regulations will push more buyers to look outside city limits, potentially reducing available inventory.
There is a big economy around short-term rentals. There is the service workers, the cleaners, the handymen, all the people that work in short-term rentals. That's a whole piece of the short-term rental economy that I think people don't talk about enough that are impacted by these changes.
In Austin, Brianna Perez, KVUE News.
Lake Pflugerville is full, reaching 635 feet after recent rain and community conservation efforts. City leaders say the river pump station is back online and crews are flushing hydrants to keep water quality high. They plan to install new filtration membranes soon, which could ease current water restrictions. Deep Eddy Pool in West Austin will temporarily close starting on Monday. Austin Parks tells KVUE it's repairing an inlet valve that broke earlier this year. Right now, 3 other pools are also shut down across Austin. Ramsey, Murchison, and Barton Springs pools are all currently closed. And that'll do it from us here in Austin, and we hope you have a great day.